Conor McGregor recently did an interview with Megan O'Leary and discussed the matchup against Michael Chandler. Conor is confident he's about to go on another win streak. He went on to say not only just a return, the greatest return in combat sports. This is going to be, I'm going to kick this guy in the head. He's just tailor-made for being kicked all over the place, and that's what I'm aiming for. I'm aiming to wrap this steel bar around the opponent. You're going to see a visual of the leg hanging off, and then you're going to see a visual of a head hanging off. It's time for me to immerse myself back in the game. I was just excited to get back. Couldn't turn down the offer. On Chandler, Conor continued, he's put on some exciting fights. He's eager. He's willing to fight. He's a gamer, you'd call him, and he's not a bad fighter either. I'm happy with the opponent. I don't actually care. I accepted this show. It was me and Chandler. Again, it doesn't bother me. What do I hope for in this world? I hope for 100 more fights. I hope for consistency. I hope for a run. I've had this on, off for the last while. I just want to get this nice consistency going. And I'm hoping now when I come back, this is where it's at. Conor had some harsh words for YouTuber True Geordie last night. Geordie posted a video about Conor last week, basically saying that Conor's recent interviews have been worrying. Conor responded with an audio message on Twitter.
What's happening? Fat f***ing who the f*** are you? You little Burns victim looking thing. F*** me, man. Who scalded you with a kettle? You fat f***. You fat nobody. You little feminine the other thing. Yeah? Keep my name out of your mouth, you stupid Sick of seeing your fat bone face. Scaldy, fat, estrogen head. Oh my God, you can't understand what I'm saying, can you not, pal? You've got subtitles under the thing saying exactly what I'm saying. So what are you saying, you little fat no-name?
Logan Paul grapples with Israel Adesanya and Alexander Volkanovski.
You want more inside? Get to the side. You're doing it both sides. Yeah, graduation.
Yeah, you can't stick that big, you got back.
That's sir, not too much. How are you with that? How are you with that?
Beneil Dariush promises to absolutely dominate Charles Oliveira. The two are set to fight at UFC 289 on June 10th. Speaking to MMA Junkie, Beneil said game plan-wise it's to be perfect and not to do that. 15 minutes of staying consistent and staying on the game plan and just being focused and keeping a steady pace. Somewhat like the Gamrot fight, but at the same time I've watched his fights, I've studied his tape, and when I see the wild exchanges, the blood starts pumping. I hope I can be consistent with what I say and stick to the game plan, but I wouldn't doubt sometimes I kind of lose it. I wouldn't doubt if in the fight I kind of lost it a little bit and chased a dogfight, and that part because that's my favorite. That's what I actually enjoy the most, getting into those dogfights. Controlling myself is the hard part. I actually get more pumped up about the grappling. I'm not going to lie. To get into some of the scrambles with him and to be able to just kind of go nuts on the ground, that's just as exciting as the stand-up is. An opportunity to have this fight on the ground. I'm actually really looking forward to that because you see him submit so many people and you wonder how good his jiu-jitsu is. But then at the same time, you see him lose when he shouldn't lose in the grappling. So I'm really looking forward to getting my hands on him and getting a feel of his grappling. The focus of this fight is to be perfect. Personally, the way I see it is domination. I plan on dominating this fight. I want to remind people, I think my last fight was kind of close. The fight will be absolute domination, is what it's going to be. I will do what I plan to do, and there's nothing he can do to stop it. That's what I hope for. Justin Gaethje actually had some nice things to say about Conor McGregor recently. Speaking of fighting and finance, Gaethje said, you know, Conor McGregor is the most paid athlete in this sport by far because of a specific reason. Two specific reasons. He's an amazing fighter, and you know, he's entertaining as hell. So those two things, perfect combination. Sean O'Malley on the Timbo Sugar Show react to Henry Cejudo's video message attempting to be the backup fighter for the title fight against Aljamain Sterling. Sean also discusses a potential bout between Henry and Merab Dvalishvili. He says that nobody cares about Merab, and the biggest thing to happen in his career thus far was taking his jacket.
If Aljamain Sterling is playing this game that he's not ready, he needs a little more time, let's make an interim fight between me and Sean O'Malley. It's a bigger fight. It's what the UFC wanted initially. It's the same reason why they brought me out to chase and beat Aljamain Sterling. And if they believe that Sean O'Malley and myself would be a bigger fight, then why not make it happen? I wanted Merab, and I'm still willing to wait for Merab. But if that fight with Sean O'Malley happens to open up, I'm 100% in Dana White if the UFC does want to have me as a backup. Typically, I wouldn't be that type of guy that would do things like that, but right now I don't have the gold around my waist, so count me in there too. If I don't get that fight with Sean O'Malley, I will wait for you, Marab. Don't worry. And then for your hands, stop sitting on your damn thumb. I will wait for you, Madru. Ya tibia, parvu.
Henry's like an annoying little girlfriend that Aldrich broke up with. He's like, no, I want you back.
Might be a long wait. I mean, if Merab doesn't fight till December, maybe.
That sucks, though. Merab's beat, like, good guys. He's had a good career. No one gives a fuck. The most exciting thing to ever happen to him was me giving him my jacket to hold, and it's like he's running. He bought a replica. He's wearing it. He's trying to do as many interviews as he can. He's like, holy f, this is what it feels like to have anyone give a f about me. It's like, dude, that was 3 weeks ago, bud. Take it off. The fake one that you bought, bud.
Belal Muhammad is now embracing his role as the bad guy with some MMA fans. Belal, however, says that he's not trying to go full-on Colby Covington heel. Speaking to MMAfighting.com, Belal said, if I have to go heel, I'll go heel. I'll never get out of my character. I'll always have fun with it no matter what. But maybe I'm starting to like that role a little bit. I think for me it's all fun, and I'm starting to like it. It's not like I'm trying to go stupid loser Colby Covington heel, but I'm going to have fun with the way I do it, with my personality. I took this fight on short notice for you guys to bring a fight to Jersey, to give you guys a co-main event, and you guys are going to boo me, freaking Ally Quinta style. So I'm going to come at you hard. To me, it's like I know the people that's supporting me are going to support me no matter what, and there's people out in the crowd that are just booing to be a part of the crowd. But when I got there and I got close to them, they're asking for pictures. An old lady said, I don't know why I was booing. I was just booing because they were booing, but you're such a nice guy. It's so funny how people are. I used to watch wrestling in the heyday with The Rock and Stone Cold. Those were some of the best heel guys. The bad guys are some of the most popular guys out there. If I go that road, that will be alright. Khamzat Chimaev has an issue with Israel Adesanya getting his purple belt in Jiu Jitsu. Is he actually got his purple belt after defeating Paulo Costa back in 2020? Khamzat left a comment today saying how he could get that purple belt before me. He never submitted someone in his life. Maybe he got that belt from one coach that works in McDonald's. Khamzat also reposted it to his Instagram story with a facepalm emoji and a laughing crying emoji. And that's going to wrap it up for the news. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to subscribe to Full Mount MMA and click the bell icon to be notified when we post future ones. Here are the 3 top comments from last video. The first one's in reference to Conor McGregor calling out Alexander Volkanovski. It's from 47 Ravenlord. It says, I am so insanely tired of Conor sitting on the sidelines and constantly calling out boxers, smaller opponents, people from rival MMA promotions, etc., etc. His constant battle to stay relevant without the whole hassle of actually fighting is beyond irritating. I just want him back in the octagon so he can get destroyed and quiet down for a bit. Volk would absolutely destroy him, so I really hope he gets his way with that one. The second one's from Discombobulated. It says Buckley has a good approach to conducting business, so to speak. He's firm to who he is as a fighter. It's never personal, and he gasses up his potential opponent so that they can make even more money. Love how smart that is. And the final one's from Mr. Bear Blast. It says Volk accepted, then Conor deflected. Conor knowing his place. Those were the 3 top comments from last video. If you want to be featured on the next one, all you have to do is comment down below. If you missed yesterday's news, click the video on screen to get caught up. And make sure to go subscribe to our second channel where we post our exclusive MMA interviews.